You look fabulous, Linda. Are you also in a group situation?
Hi, everybody. We're right now because we're in the current social distance, but we're very excited to be on this call. Thank you for doing that. And Danielle, we love to spend time with you this afternoon.
Fabulous. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, it's good that we're all still doing our social distancing. We have to, hey?
And thank you for my invite as well. My name's Leon. I'm from Tupperware head office.
So hi, Leon. So lovely to meet you. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, and hello, team leaders. Nice to see all of you. I'm so impressed with all these initiatives that you guys are doing. So this is really great. Well done.
Fabulous. Having to you know, operate via Zoom nowadays, and it's been such a foreign thing for most of us, hasn't it? So I think, you know, a few pointers in the right direction could definitely up our game, make us look more professional, and yeah, I think it's important.
Absolutely. So, you know, I think it's, I mean, of course it's been challenging, but I really, you know, it's incredible how adaptable we are as human beings and as business people. I mean, if I see how so many of us have, I mean, previously we never knew anything about Zoom, online ordering, online recruiting, you know, all the digital stuff which we see coming out now. It's quite incredible how, and I think we're going to come out of this more skilled and stronger to face our future, you know, and our future opportunities. So it's through the hardship, there's a lot of excitement and stuff like that.
I must say, I said to somebody the other day that Corona has actually created creativity. I mean, I know there's all the doom and gloom side of things, but you know, I think it's forced us to actually think out the box, to be more creative, which has been amazing. Okay, welcome to the Tupperware team. We are so excited to have you join us today. And thank you for embracing the change and becoming Zoom addicts. I think that's what we're becoming. So yeah, thank you for embracing change. I think it's really amazing. So what I want to do today is give you 10 tips to look more professional on Zoom. This is becoming a way of our life. I don't think it's going away. I think it's also creating time efficiency within our businesses and enabling us to do a lot more, being able to have Zoom meetings and not having to be in a room with people. I know we always prefer that, but I think it definitely has saved time. And obviously with the virus the way it is, it's really forced us to be creative. And I was just saying to Leon earlier that I found that through this coronavirus, it really has created creativity within our world, really. Not just South Africa, but within our world. We really have had to become a lot more creative. We're going to have 10 points which we're going to discuss today. The first point, and I'm so glad, and I would love more of you to have your cameras on so I can see who I'm looking at. Does anybody want to pop their camera on? I can see Mabani, Marlene. Let's see where you're at. I want to see your backgrounds. I want to see you. I want to see who I'm talking to. Let's see, Mummy, Linda, Pearl, Kerry. If you're in your pajamas, we totally understand that you do not want to be seen right now. Lungile. Yes, no, we do understand. But thank you for those of you who have popped your videos on, because it's really, really amazing to speak to people instead of just a screen. And also, I think it's really, really nice to see where we are doing our Zoom sessions right now, because this is what it's about. We need to look and feel more professional. And what we don't know, we don't know. So I'm not expecting everybody to have it perfect in a flash, but these are points that we can definitely work on. We need to think about where we are doing our Zoom sessions. I have got little kiddies, so wall space for me in my home is really, really tricky to find a place without pictures, trinkets, and all sorts of things. So what you want to do is you want to create a little Zoom space, and whether it's in your office or at home, because a lot of us are working from home still, you want to create a space, and literally it's a space as wide as I've got here, you can see. I've got one little pot plant just above me. I have cleared my shelves for this session. Normally I have a few pens at the top here. I might even have, I'll show you, I've got this cute little unicorn that a friend of mine gave me. And normally I have that on my shelf as well. But if this little trinket was behind me here, you'll see that that horn is actually digging into my head. Now, for you as the people on the other side of Zoom, you're going to be like, oh my word, what's behind Dan? What is that thing on the shelf? And you're not even concentrating on what she's saying. You really are focusing on the background. I had a friend of mine saying to me, every single time she's on a Zoom session, she's always like looking at the person's house and what's that painting on the wall? You know, we're always wanting to find out what's behind instead of focusing on the person itself. And I will be taking that down. Otherwise, you're going to be staring at the unicorn the whole presentation. The other thing is a lot of people, because they don't have great background areas, what they do is they decide they're going to tap onto the green screen. So if you know about Zoom, you've got options of green screens. And what a green screen is, it creates a virtual background behind you. And that virtual background could be, you could be in the mountains, you could be a beautiful sunset behind you. But the problem with the virtual background is that when you have to stand, you have to sit very, very still if you are on a virtual background. Really, really, really still. Because as soon as you move, if I had to do that, you would see that the green screen won't be against my hairline here. There will be like a big, almost like a big growth coming out. I'll probably have like black hair that's coming out the side here, which is never a great thing. Okay, I'm so glad we're getting a lot more people coming onto our session here. Let's just have a look here. Okay, Sindasiwa, nice to see you. Mabani, welcome. Yay, we've got a few more joining us here. All right, so the green screen, we were just chatting about the green screen and the trinkets behind you. All right, so what I would suggest is find a beautiful space with a clear wall with as little behind you as possible. Leanne, I can see you guys have got like cupboards or a gray wall behind you there. That's really great. We can see that area there. So it's a lot plainer. So we're actually looking at you. We've got a few people with a few pictures behind. Okay, now we're going to start losing people because people are going to be like, don't call me on. So maybe using you guys as examples might not be a good idea then. Okay, so background, that is our number one key thing. Number two is our lighting. So often, if you have a light behind you, let's have a look. I've got this little light. Brenda, if you could just hold that behind me, that would be really great. Let's just do that. Okay, can you see that? Let's just do maybe more there. There you go. That's not there. Okay, there you go. All right. So if you can see with the light behind me, you don't really see much of my face. It's difficult to tell, you know, what's happening in my eyes. So to have your lighting behind you is really not a good idea. Often you'll find people sit with the window behind them. And this is the kind of look that you're going to get. You're going to get very dark in front here. And it's also really difficult to see expressions when your whole body is in dark and the background is in light. Thank you, Brenda. Okay, let's just pop that there. I've got a side light here at the moment. All right, so ideally what you want to do, if you are working from home, to have your Zoom area where you've got natural lighting. I have got a window to my right at the moment, and the natural lighting is coming through that window, which is perfect lighting. If you've got the lighting in the front, the windows in the front, and your screen of your computer is at the back, then you will have lighting on your face. And that's what you're wanting. You're wanting lighting on your face. With me having side lighting right now, what I could do as well, if you're setting up at home, you can always grab or go and buy, I think you buy them for about, I don't know, 10 Rand or something, or 2 Rand or 10 Rand or something. It's a piece of polystyrene. And what the polystyrene does, can you see that's a white piece of polystyrene? What the white polystyrene does is it creates reflective light. So what you do is I've got my natural light coming from this side. And then if I pop the polystyrene on the left-hand side, what it does is it actually gives me reflective light on here, on this side, so that I don't have a shadow on the left-hand side. Okay, can you see the difference? So there's the reflector, and then I take it away. Okay, I do have a side light on at the moment just to create a reflector, but let's just take this one off. Let's just pop that one off. Okay, so there's my natural lighting, natural side lighting. Can you see that this part isn't dark? All right, and I'll pop up my reflector here. Can you see how it changes the shape of my face? Say yes, thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up, cool. It's difficult because I can't hear you, you're all on mute. Okay, so perfect, so you can see the difference. Today what I have done is I've popped a little light on the side here, just to create even more lighting. So you can see we can do it that way as well. So either way, if you don't have a light, a reflector, or even a white sheet is perfect. All right, so then the other thing is, what I find, and this is my point number 3, is the angle of your camera. You have got a little camera right here. How many of us are actually looking into our camera? At the moment, I'm looking at all of you on the screen, so my eyes not just looking at the camera, I'm looking at all of you on the screen. So you'll see my eyes shifting around a bit. But what we tend to do is, if you had to have your laptop on your desk like you would normally be working, and you use that angle creates something along these lines. And I'm going to just move my books out the way, and I'm going to give you the worst angle I can possibly give you as an example. Okay, so if I'm sitting here at my laptop, can you see what's happening? This is me working normally on my laptop and then going in onto a Zoom meeting. What you are doing is you are now looking up my nostrils. Can you see that? It's not my most attractive angle. It's not great. And can you see, I've actually created a double chin. Isn't that beautiful? And depending on how much we weigh, ladies, we could have 1, 2, 3, or, you know, we could have a cascade of double chins coming down. Men, I don't know so much, you know, maybe the facial hair is better. But what I'm going to suggest to you is take a few books. You can see I've got these books. And of course, they're all fashion-y books because that's what I do. And what I've done is I've taken a stack of books and I've literally popped my laptop on a pile of books to elevate and lift up my laptop. And you can see I've cropped it. I mean, I've got all those, I've got all my thingies on my top shelf because I moved them to my top shelf for the session. So I am just going to push this a little bit back and maybe even a little bit more across. There you go, that's a bit better. Can you see the positions better? So that you are looking directly into the lens. Can you see I'm looking directly into that lens? What you also want to do, ladies and gents, is you want to frame this portrait. So instead of having, you could see I could have that much, I could have my face sitting there, but can you see how much distance I have? I'm only fitting half the screen. That's not really great. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to move your laptop or your webcam so that the top of your frame, can you see here, is touching the top of the, yeah, what do you call it? The top of the computer. I don't know, it looks like I'm on the computer, hey. Okay, so just the top there. So you want to frame it. All right, have you all got that? Are you all starting to move your laptops around a little bit while we on it? Trying to get a little bit of a better position there. It's always fun to actually, yeah, try things out of it. There you go. They're moving the webcam. They're moving the webcam. That's all good. Yay. It's difficult when you've got a group of people together though. Okay, so your angle, very, very important. We do not want to look up the nose, ladies and gentlemen. It's not attractive for anyone. All right, so number 4, the other thing is perspective. So we've got to think about perspective as well. If you are too close, what happens is you get distorted. Okay, so have a look at this. I'm going to bring it very close to me. Can you see? If I'm too close, can you see? I mean, it actually also starts making my nose look larger than life as well. Not a great angle for my face because a lot of the time we've got these wide angles. I don't know if you've noticed when you take a photograph with your cell phone, the wide angled lens can make the person on the end start looking very distorted. And we don't want that on camera either, especially on Zoom. At least when you are speaking to the people on Zoom, you try and actually have them probably more under the lens than to the left or to the right. So then it actually looks like you're speaking to them and you can see them right there in front of you. It's really great. Obviously, I'm looking at a whole lot of people on the screen today, so my eyes are going all over, but that's fine. To get the correct perspective as well, take your hands and actually put them on your computer. I'm just moving mine around a little bit here. Put them on your computer, on the keyboard. And that way you've got the correct distance between yourself and the computer. So that's giving you the correct perspective. You're trying that a bit on the Leanne side. I can see you guys are moving things around a bit. Okay, you're kind of getting a bit closer there, but it's difficult with the group. Point number 5 is your preview. So before you go on Zoom, you will see at the bottom that you can preview what you look like before you go onto your meeting. So you can set it up before you actually join the meeting. You just press the preview button and you will see where you're at. In terms of lighting as well, if you're battling to get the right lighting, if you preview yourself and you're like, oh no, I'm not so sure, what you can do is just nip around your house on your cell phone, put it on selfie mode, and just have a look at yourself in the camera, and you will see where the best lighting is in your home or in your office space. So that's always a good one, just to check your lighting. Number 6, I think I've mentioned this already, to look into your camera lens. So we want to look into the camera lens. That's really, really important. Number 7 is to dress business appropriate for your business. So do you know what? Everybody thinks we need to dress up for Zoom and we need to put on these most amazing outfits or whatever. And that's all very well. But if you don't have number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in place, what you look like actually doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if you've got this beautiful green blazer on, if the light is behind you and you can't see. It doesn't matter if you've got beautiful mascara on and you know you've really made an effort with your face, and you can't make eye contact with the person because the light is in the wrong place, or the perspective is wrong, or the camera is going up your nose. So, you know, it's all very well talking about fashion and style and trends, and that's what I do. That is my primary job, is talking about style, because I'm a stylist. But, you know, I can't tell you if it's not, you know, if you've got everything else wrong. So anyway, that's why I've got this point far down in my list. because now's the time that we can talk about this, because now we've got all those other areas sorted out. So in terms of getting dressed, I think a lot of us during this COVID time, we have literally rolled out of bed, gone like, oh dear, I've got a Zoom meeting. What am I going to do? You know, your hair's not brushed, you haven't popped your makeup on, you know, it's like a little bit of stress. And you're trying to get ready really, really quickly for this meeting. And half of us, I love that there's an advert with the, what do you call it, the tube stations in London, where they have the guys, and the guys are all in blazers in the tube station, and then what they do is they've got their boxers underneath. So I think a lot of us have been doing that. It's like pajama pants underneath and, you know, our slippers, and then we're having to look all zhuzhy on top. So it only takes us half the time to get dressed these days when it comes to slippers and pajama pants. I'm sure you can all relate. So I think, you know what, even if you were wearing your white pajama top, let's just call this a white pajama top today. It was like maybe a t-shirt. You know, maybe you went to bed in your white t-shirt and you were late for a Zoom meeting and had to get there. You know, you've got your pajama t-shirt on. What's the easiest way to look fabulous for a Zoom meeting? Pop a blazer on. Now, does that not take your pajama top to another level? It could just be a white t-shirt or a black t-shirt anyway. It doesn't have to be pajamas, but I'm just using this as a crazy example as to probably how we've all been feeling during COVID. All right, so another idea is what I like to say to my clients who I style clients on a regular basis is the best way to style is to actually frame your portrait. So that's exactly what we're doing on Zoom. We have a portrait to frame. Nobody's going to see those beautiful Supergas at the bottom or the yellow pants that we're wearing. You know, we're not seeing that. We're seeing our portrait. So frame that portrait. Make that portrait the best thing that anybody could actually look at, because you're not seeing these people in person now. We're on a screen, and what you see, this is your brand. This is your Tupperware brand, what you are seeing here, and you need to represent your brand as best as possible. Yeah, I think to try and keep touching your face to the bare minimum, I think that's always a great idea. We're going to get back to dress again just now, but let me just fill this one in because I really feel that this is important. I think our body language on Zoom is also really important. You know, sit up, get your posture right, hold that tummy in if you can. I know it's really hard for some of us, post-babies and post-COVID. But yeah, just keep your posture lovely. Look confident in your approach on Zoom. Don't sit there like when your boss is talking to you, or I don't know, if you're in a meeting and somebody is having a chat with you, don't sit there like this. You know, like we look bored. That looks so boring. You know, nobody's going to get excited over camera if they've got an audience that's sitting like this, you know, not great at all. So I think that's really important, your posture. And, you know, I mean, there's also, you get people that do this, and it's actually quite distracting for the speaker. You know, they're like sitting like this, or they're just like tussling their hair, and you're going like, oh, these people, you know. So just be aware as to what you're doing with your hands when you're on Zoom as well. If you are doing the talking, then yeah, go crazy. Like I'm going crazy right now with the hands, you know, but just if you are the audience, it is always a good thing to kind of look like you're interested. So yeah, note to everybody, hey, everyone look really interested right now. Okay. All right, so back to dressing for Zoom. Okay, so I was talking about dressing for your portrait, dressing your portrait area. So keeping all the detail to the top. Often color is something that looks amazing on screen as well, on a video or on the computer or on Zoom. So to find a beautiful color, that would really help. Maybe it's a beautiful earring. I've got these pearl ones on today. I've got a few others here to show you. I mean, these ones are really fabulous. I've worn these on Zoom before. You can see how beautiful those are. And they just add that little bit of sparkle, a little bit of an interest. It's not like your focal point. You are the focal point. But your accessories can definitely add a whole new dimension to the meeting and just zhuzh you up a little bit. I've also got beautiful scarves. This one is fabulous. So even if I didn't have the jacket, okay, I could use this one with the jacket actually as well. Maybe it's something along those lines, you see. And you've added and you've brought a little bit of detail upwards. Can you see how the detailing is coming upwards? You just throw on a scarf and you're ready to go. So three really amazing tricks. And actually I've got a fourth as a lip. We could do lip as well. But you know, 4 amazing things. It's either a jacket, throw on a jacket, or you've got a t-shirt on, throw on a beautiful scarf, yay. Or maybe it's just a t-shirt with a beautiful earring. Let's do that. And if you're into maybe a colorful lip, a beautiful, I mean, you can see I've got my fuchsia lip on today. And I love a bright lip. The other day I tried to do a Zoom session with a very pale lip. And I felt like I just didn't come alive so much with my pale lip. For Leon, who's on the call, and any of the other guys that are on the call, obviously we're not going to encourage you to wear a lip. Definitely not. But what you could do, I think the jacket idea is perfect for our guys. Just pop on a blazer, whether it's over a t-shirt or a collared shirt. A blazer definitely makes us look more professional. And if it's too hot for a blazer, well then, you know, you've got your beautiful, nice work shirt, beautiful work shirt buttoned through, maybe a little collar, and a color could also be great. You know, maybe you've got, you know, men can play around with colors when it comes to their shirts. So maybe it's like a bit of an aubergine or a beautiful navy blue. You know, there's that beautiful French navy, and navy's got a lot of amazing connotations. Navy represents trust, navy, and even the whole blue spectrum. We've got trust, we've got loyalty. I often say to people, you know, think of our police force. I think they're meant to convey trust. But when you think of nurses, you know, the nurse outfits as well, they definitely bring across trust to their patients. You want that when you're a patient in hospital. You want to be able to trust them. And then you also think about the branding. The branding for Aspen, they've used blue, trust. So yeah, I think it's important as to what colors, and you can look up the psychology of color if you're going into a difficult Zoom meeting where maybe you need to be more assertive, or you know, you need to think about how you want to come across. So color is really, really important. Okay, so yeah, I think that was dress. Let me just show you another idea. I mean, it doesn't always have to be colorful. So let me just pop this one here. I've just got my black jacket. If you can have a look here, let's just see. And this is just a regular black jacket, blazer jacket. And I've popped just a little bit of a scarf, a black and white scarf. So if you're not a color person, you can still zhuzh up your neutrals. So it doesn't always have to be color, but just bring some element of interest upwards. So point number 8 would be my body language. And yeah, I did mention touching your face, you know, to a bare minimum. We don't want to be doing that. My point number 9 is your sounds and distractions. So yeah, I think for all of you at the moment, you're on mute while you are listening to the presentation. We'll unmute ourselves afterwards for any questions. But I think having that quiet background is really, really important. For now, I mean, I've literally bribed my children to keep quiet today because I am doing the Zoom presentation from home. So yeah, I literally said to my kids, you will get XYZ if you keep quiet during mom's Zoom meeting. So they were being as good as gold. But yeah, to have, you know, sound and noise distractions, to have your phone ringing, you know, when you're on a Zoom session, keep your phone on silent. Turn it upside down if you need to. You don't want those distractions. You don't want to be answering a phone call during a Zoom meeting. So just, I think it's about consideration towards the people that you are having that Zoom session with. Okay, then the other thing is, if your computer or your cell phone or your iPad doesn't have a great microphone, what you can do is you can get one of those like little accessory mics. I think you can pop the little USB in the side of the computer, and you can either have, you know, the wire earphone, or you can have those big earphones. Obviously, I'm not a fan of the big earphones. I don't think they look very stylish, but I think you know, the little ones if you need to. So there are definitely ways of making your microphone work better for you. This is my 10th point, which is touching up your appearance. So, okay, so if you go under video settings, all right, and then you go under, where is my thingy? Touch up, oh, you see, I've got it on already. I look fabulous. I look absolutely fabulous today because I've got it on already. I did it for quite a while ago. Okay, so then you go onto video, you can see where it says video, and then it says my video, it says enable HD, it says mirror my video, and it says touch up my appearance. So you can click onto that. I've got mine on as enable. I've clicked enable HD. I've clicked mirror my video. I've clicked touch up my appearance. And what it does, it actually just, yeah, makes you look much better. So it's a bit like having a bit of a filter, I guess. And yeah, that's something that popped on a while ago. But obviously, you know, it doesn't work as well if you don't have your lighting right. So, you know what, if you've got that window behind you and you click on that, it's not going to make you suddenly change into this amazing looking person on Zoom. You do need to follow the rules and the points that I've given you in order to make that setting really work for you. So try and get those other points right first, and then we can play around with that setting if all else fails. So those are the 10 points. And I really, really hope that they have been helpful today. And if there are any questions, I would love to know. And I'm very happy to help with styling advice on this presentation as well. So if you have got any styling questions, that's also great. Any Zoom questions as to how to look amazing. Let's unpack a few things. And when you do ask a question, if you could just unmute yourself, that would be fab.
Danielle, this has been so fascinating. Just framing the photo, your portrait is amazing. And I never knew about touch up your appearance. And my friend here in the background didn't put it on. So now we look much more fabulous. Thank you for all your tips. She's in trouble. But we have to go back to the mark, which is not distracting at all. It's been awesome. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm so glad to hear that. You can. Okay, cool. Okay, so today is absolutely fine. You've got, I can see your sons in the background there. But if you were having a team meeting with someone, what you would do is you just maybe shift your computer ever so slightly. Can you see? Just ever so slightly. So you've probably got more of the white wall in the background, and then the people can't see your son. I love my son. I want my son here all the time as well. So it's not about that. It's just about, you know, being focused, and also that the person who's speaking to you is not getting distracted by what your son's doing in the background, because you can't see what he's doing. Okay, so I think that would be a great idea, just to shift the camera a little bit. Let's just see who else we can help here. Leanne, I think next time maybe I'm just going to, we'll just mute Fatima again. Let's just mute Fatima, and then we'll ask Leanne to unmute. Leanne, I'm just thinking, if you've got calls going forward, you could maybe even, are you on a desktop at the moment, or you said you've got a webcam, hey?
We're on our laptop, or on my laptop.
On the laptop, okay. Okay, so what you can do is you can actually put a few more books. I think you guys could even put a few more books so you're at more eye level, even if you've got a pile that's this high, you know, and then tilt your screen a little bit more forward. Let's just tilt it a bit more forward there. It's looking amazing. Even more, you could even do a little bit more. Tilt it more forward, your screen. Yeah.
We're balancing on Tupperware. We're balancing on Tupperware. We have lunch keeper. What else do we have? We have a carrot. We've got it all balanced.
Exactly. And you can make it work, and nobody can see that, hey? Nobody can see that when you're on Zoom. So, I mean, you don't have to have the fancy schmancy stuff that you've bought from wherever, some very expensive computer place. We can literally have Tupperware stacked on Tupperware stacked on Tupperware, which is great.
Tupperware stacked under my laptop.
Yes. Yes, Tahira, why don't you put yours on? Have you got it on the Tupperware? There you go. That's looking a bit better. Now tilt your screen a little bit forward. Tilt it so it comes to you, your screen. So then you've framed a little bit better. Yeah, now look at that. Tahira, that is a divine. Isn't that a perfect look? Can you see? And now you're looking into the camera. And I feel very, as a person on the other side of the screen, I feel very connected to you. You know what I mean? Because I can see your eyes. The eyes are the window of the soul. So I can actually see your eyes now. It's divine. Okay, who else can we have a look? We've got Tupperware, Durban, sunflower table. Let's see. Yeah, it's difficult. So have you got it on, Pamani, have you got it on the, is it on a laptop, computer?
Yeah, no, we're on cam. We're on cam, webcam.
Webcam, okay. All right.
So our background is not great because we've actually created a background to block the boxes.
Yes, no, I totally understand. But I mean, I can still see all the ladies. Obviously, you know, it's a little bit less connecting because it's not one-on-one, but to a group, it's also absolutely fine. And you've got the lighting coming from where you're sitting.
From this side, yes.
Yes, from that side. Okay. No, that's fine. At least we've got some light. So it is a bit more difficult in a crowd situation. What Daya could do is put her laptop, if it's a laptop, she could put it on some books. If it's on a cell phone, ladies and gents, if it's on a cell phone, what you can do is buy one of those little tripods, or even have it on a windowsill, you know, to actually, if you've got a window with a windowsill, you could pop your cell phone up. And you could stand instead of sit. You don't always have to sit for a Zoom meeting. So you could actually pop it on a windowsill so the light is facing you and you're looking at the phone and it's eye level to you. So if we don't have fancy tripods and stuff, then that's an easy way of doing it as well. Or even your bathroom mirror, but just make sure you don't have the toilet in the background or something, you know. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Okay, Hadesh, I think let's just ask Hadesh to unmute herself, and let's just have a chat with Hadesh.
Hi,
Hadesh. Hadesh, okay, so what I'm going to suggest, you are obviously on a couch at the moment. Is that correct? Okay, correct. So you're on a couch, and what you're going to do is, I think you need to get a bit closer to your screen so we can see more of you. So is there a chance of bringing your computer screen closer to you?
Well, I'm using a cell phone right now, but...
Are you? Okay. Okay, so you're using a cell phone and you've tried to prop it up on some books or something. Yeah. It's really difficult. Okay. And looking at the moment, are you looking at me on the right of the screen instead of in the lens? Okay. So can you move me?
Yeah.
Sorry, say it again.
Sorry, you carry on.
I was going to say, can you move me to underneath where the little camera is?
To where the camera is. Oh, how do I do that?
You know, like to, maybe you can drag me underneath where the lens of the camera is.
I'll try. Oops. Okay, I just went out totally.
That's okay.
No, I don't think so. Hey, can I? Okay, it's fine.
Have you dragged me?
I'm working on that because it's like pulling the whole page around, you know?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can talk to, can you talk to the lens? Where's the
I'm
lens?
talking to you now.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're talking to me. Okay.
Right.
So if you are,
So there.
there
I
you
don't know.
go.
It doesn't make sense.
I can, I
But
still, yeah. When you talk to the lens, can you see there's the lens right? Well, on your, yeah. When
okay.
you talk to the lens, then you're talking to me. Can you see? Now I'm talking to your
Okay.
picture. I'm talking to your picture. You can see where my eyes are. Can you see where my eyes
Yes.
are? And then as soon as I
Okay.
talk to the lens, I can still see you down here, but I'm talking to the lens. So I'm actually talking
Right.
to you. It's amazing that.
Okay.
Hey? So if you're really
No, it
wanting
is.
to connect with the person you're speaking to.
Yeah, no, I just have to work around this. But yeah, thanks for the info.
Yeah, pleasure. It's nice to see the change as well. Hey.
No, definitely.
Okay, let's just
I
see if
have to get
anybody.
used to it.
I know it's quite difficult getting used to. Hey, I can see Daya. Daya, you're looking a lot better there now. Hey, can we see Daya's picture's looking much better? I keep on trying to unmute her, but she's not unmuting today. Okay, Daya, much better. Okay, is there anybody else that would like a few tips as to what they're looking like on Zoom? Amanda and Savannah and Joyce and Linda, are you all in your pajamas today? Okay, so I think that brings our session to a close.
Also try and put a few of the things into place. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Danielle, for your time. And I think the recording that you're going to be sending us is going to be a great help as well. So in their own time, they'll be able to pick up a few points that they probably missed out on. So thank you, everybody, and have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye,
Kamali.
everyone.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. That's great.
Bye.
Fabulous. Daya, you look amazing. I can see you off. You're not on your. I can actually hear you now. That looks divine. Doesn't that look amazing? Are you happier? We can see you now. That's great.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. It was wonderful. Daya, you do look gorgeous.
Doesn't she look amazing? Hey, that's so much better.
Oh,
It's a better angle. See, as soon as you actually get it at the right angle, you actually look better, and you can actually communicate on the same like playing field. You know, otherwise you're looking up and down.
thank you.
Everybody looks quite distracted. So, yeah, no, that's much better. Thanks, ladies. It was so lovely meeting you. Lovely
Thank
meeting you guys.
Thank you, Danielle.
Pleasure.
Bye.
Pleasure. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Fatima. Bye, Daya. Yeah, I think everyone's off. Bye, Tahira. Nice meeting you.